Hello and welcome to today's twin flame reading for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine and the current union energy going on between the two. Stick around for the whole reading so that you get the full card reveal and the gist of everything. And today I've got Divine Animals Oracle by Stacey DeMarco for the DM and the DF, and then I have Eternal Crystals by Jade Sky in the middle, and Nature's Whispers Oracle by Angela Hartfield. And just know, however it is that you find yourself watching this reading, it's for you, and it just applies to your life, like whether or not you are actively on like a spiritual awakening, and even your twin flame journey. There's something here because everyone really is on their own hero's journey, and as long as you're actively just choosing to heal and align with love, then congratulations, you are on your journey. And the stakes do get higher the more that you go on your journey, because you become aware of more. The more you love yourself, the more you're aware of. And when you're aware of something, then, you can't just kind of pretend you're not aware of it. I mean, you can, but it's just going to get more uncomfortable. And then at some point, you're going to have to make a choice to either, heal the upset, or to kind of run away and have to come back to it later. So I highly recommend healing your upsets as they arise to the best of your ability. And if you want to pause the video, you can check out the links below. I offer coaching that's really helpful because it is effective. I utilize the mirror exercise in it, and it will help you with harmonizing areas of your life, with harmony in areas of your life, and harmonizing areas of your life, including your twin flame journey. So yeah, and there's also a link for the book Twin Flames Finding Your Ultimate Lover down there. And it's not just for finding your ultimate lover, but it's also for utilizing the mirror exercise, which is all encompassing of that. But yeah, I also wanted to say that astrology, there is a lot going on. The beginning of August, we have some themes coming up with Uranus, which is a planet known kind of for sort of volatility, but also like an uncertainty oftentimes. Like you don't always exactly know what to expect, so it can be like a bit of a surprise. But it can kind of be something that's unexpected, but also at the same time, like the energy's been building up and it just comes out in a specific way, whether or not it's something that you necessarily expected. But it's not like, there is a cause and an effect, of course, still in place. But yeah, something to be aware of. And the overarching theme, I would say kind of like, for this whole period for the next month or two is really like dedicating yourself to a higher sense of values within yourself, and just taking the steps and not letting, all of the kind of upheaval get in the way of that, but actually utilizing it to your advantage. Because there's going to be definitely some of that coming up. And we also have a full moon August 3rd in Aquarius coming up too. And there's themes that are tied to this time for the next couple weeks, especially to whatever you were dealing with when like kind of COVID sort of began, February, March time. So if there's something that you've been healing since that time, a more kind of long-term something you've been working on, keep in mind that there's kind of like that, stones really being overturned here. So that's always a good thing. And you don't know what it's going to bring, but just know that you have everything with you, all the support of the universe to move forward. So however that will apply to your journey, I hope it's helpful. And let's get started with the cards. So we'll start with the Divine Masculine. And yeah, we have some animal cards today, so I'm pretty excited about that. Ooh, tarantula. Why? No, I don't know. It's just like, I see this card and I'm like, why did they have to pick this for connection? But, yeah, it's cool, and I think this got pulled recently, too, in one of my readings. So yeah, the Divine Masculine is feeling into where he is not connecting and where he is connecting, and where connection feels clearly kind of more spooky. And this actually, is like such a perfect card for what is going on astrologically with the conjunctions. Gosh, I actually have it here. I mean, I kind of know, but I don't want to get it wrong. So yeah, there's a conjunction with Jupiter and Pluto, and basically with Saturn kind of coming up basically right now, yeah. And they're all in Capricorn, so there's a really interesting energy of kind of discipline, self-discipline. It could be heaviness, but it's really, in truth, just grounding you and asking you to resolve whatever is in you that is causing connection to feel like this, rather than, like when you think of a nice connection, like just like your heart lighting up basically, or like a really nice hug or romantic moment with yourself or your twin flame, and all those kinds of good things that feel like connection. Cuddling with your cat, maybe, like there's a lot of things you could say. And so connection's not something you strive for, but it is something at the same time that you go towards the good feeling. But in going towards the good feeling, you recognize more and more that the connection is already with you, and that it's not something you need to reach outside of yourself for. So the Divine Masculine is just getting clearer with this. And that's, it takes a lot of mastery, because it does take going into some uncomfortable places within and clearing out those cobwebs. Dusting everything off, opening a window to a room that hasn't seen the sun in a while. So yeah, it's no small deal. It's something, for the DM to be actually, proud of himself about, like kind of going to that place. And the Divine Feminine can know this and, really just hold space for that to happen. And yeah, and tarantulas also are fuzzy animals, and a lot of people do have them as pets. So there is also like that sense of an unusual connection, like going deeper with those places inside that feel like an unusual connection, and finding the simple essence, the simple truth that it's just like actually just another nice connection, within yourself. It's just another place to connect. It doesn't need to seem weird or scary or whatever. Yeah, so it's being willing to go to those places and knowing that nothing's gonna jump out and actually be able to bite you there, but instead you're gonna be met when you are healing your upsets with just a new warm and fuzzy side of yourself. So yeah, we'll move on to the Divine Feminine now. So her card is Leadership. So yeah, leadership if you're the Divine Feminine. And what does this mean for you? I mean, it really, what I'm getting is it's taking leadership within your union too. So just between the DM and the DF. And whether or not you feel that you know who your twin flame is, or if you just are kind of on your spiritual journey at this moment and kind of getting clearer with all of that, or you're in harmonious union, any place is perfect place for you to step up into more leadership at this time. And more leadership in terms of fully owning your own spiritual journey, and not waiting for permission or for your twin flame to do something with you, or for something or someone to love you, or, you know, to be able to give the love that you want to give, you know, like, oh, well, I'll show this person how much I love them when I have the money to get them a nice gift. Sure, I mean, yeah, there's something real about that, and that's a very nice thought and gesture, you know, as an example, or perhaps that's, you know, really a thought you have. But what about the love that you have to give right now? And no giving of love goes unnoticed by the divine. So sometimes it's not always it's not always time for an outward action to be taken. You can recognize how much you love and appreciate someone in your heart, you know, friends, family, teachers, coaches, and of course your twin flame, children if you have them, pets, even, you know, other I guess creations of God, you know, like maybe you're raising some plants, maybe you even just really want to appreciate your whole crystal collection and you have kind of a relationship with it. I mean, you don't need to like personify things that don't need, you know, like in a way that's like you're kind of leaking your energy into that, but it's at the same time safe to appreciate that God is in everything, and so it's all about having a relationship with God through your crystals and through everything that you already have, and that you don't need to go and necessarily get like a bigger crystal right now to show that you appreciate crystals and that you are a crystal connoisseur. And you don't necessarily need to go get someone that gift until you're ready, but you also don't need to like put some kind of a barrier to giving the love that you want to give, because maybe what if that person, you know, just calls you and you just get to tell them, you know, like, hey, I just want you to know how much you mean to me, or remember that time that we did this and I really love that about you. You know, normal everyday connection kinds of things. And this is you healing your connection for yourself, and in your union is kind of taking a more leadership role there in interacting with your environment. And again, it could even be more of an inward journey of awareness and appreciation for those and everything in your life that you're feeling very connected to right now. And then the divine masculine is really like going within himself and like connecting within those places within himself. And of course it's all about yourself, but you can see like how, you know, leadership really tends to involve you being, you know, a leader with other people, whereas like this kind of a connection is really like, yeah, deep diving, so yeah, more of an outward expression here. And of course that can always shift, right? Like once you heal something, it might be time to be more outwardly expressive. The other thing is that this really like is also a depiction of Ganesha. And so yeah, it's also about obstacle clearing and how the divine feminine is obstacle clearing right now. And that's always like a really fun place to be in, even if it means feeling some uncomfortable emotions or whatever. Just know that like what you're feeling through does have a purpose, and to allow the love and joy and peace to return to those places in your heart. And and just, you know, bear witness to that happening. And then as you do that, that's like how you're really able to even love and appreciate, like, you know, those connections that you do have in your life even more deeply, and manifest ways to easily show that too and express that like in a way that just feels very like in the flow. Yeah, so that feels complete. It's nice. So let's move on to the middle cards. This is like the union energy going on here. And we have some kunzite, children, third eye and heart chakra, number 22, very twin flamey, very much about your inner child. And so to me, this is also saying both of these aspects of working on connection are ultimately about going and to those places within you, you know, where your inner child is, and like reclaiming your leadership as the divine feminine in some kind of a way, and reclaiming your connection with yourself as the divine masculine in some kind of a way. And of course, if you do have kids, or just anything in your life that has this kind of a quality of a child, where you're, you know, playing maybe a caretaking role, like it could be a pet too. I know, like, in some ways, well, like, you know, people who have kids, maybe sometimes they're like, hey, this is a different kind of situation. Yeah, and so I get that too. So yes, it's different, but there's also similarities. So yeah, but in any case, like, you can just develop your connection with those that are close to you, and where you feel this kind of childlike connection, by really like doing, you know, this within yourself. And same thing for your twin flame too. You don't need to force yourself to have like a connection with the inner child of your twin flame. You can just connect the way that you feel called to, and then allow the flow of the connection with your twin flame to easily just like be. I mean, it's already there. All you're really doing is just clearing the way for that vibration to be what you're, you know, like where you're able to actually like live, basically. And not being like caught up in ego games and all of that stuff, because it's not real. And the truth is, it is easy to heal that. And yeah, I mean, ascension coaching is really a wonderful way to go about doing that. And also the mirror exercise, as taught by Jeff and Shalia, is going to help you to really like heal all of these upsets, and to love all of these places within yourself, the inner child. And so, you know, if you're curious, or even if you're already practicing it, just, you know, choose to utilize it in your life. Choose to love yourself. It's really step 4 that the majority of people trip up on. You know, sometimes it's identifying the upset or something like that, and that's fine. But the real thing here to master is loving yourself, because that's, you know, that's like the juicy part. That's where life is where the love is. So you always want more. You always want to say yes to that, to more of that, to expanding that. And it's kind of already there to be expanded, right? Like, there's nothing that you need to like go and get. It's just about you, basically relaxing into peace. It's more simple than we sometimes want to make it. So very peaceful, pretty card. And the last card is gratitude and appreciation. And it's a little child, of course, to tie it all together. And so, I mean, this is just a reminder that to take the easy way to do this is to have gratitude and appreciation at this time. And it doesn't mean to pretend to be grateful for something that you're not really feeling grateful for. Like, I really, you know, hate my bathroom because of X, Y, and Z, but I'm also grateful to have a bathroom. Sure, you're grateful to have a bathroom, you know, of course, who isn't, right? But like, it's safe to recognize what you don't enjoy about the bathroom, because if you just keep pretending like you don't care, or you don't want to look at what you don't like, then it's going to be much harder to heal that, and to actually come to peace with the bathroom, so you can transcend somehow into a better bathroom, you know, whether that means at your next place, or somehow, you know, like the next step to improving your bathroom appears. So whatever metaphorically the bathroom is for you, just remember that, like, it's safe to really, you know, go deep in those places where you do have gratitude and appreciation, and go equally deep in the places where you have upsets, and resolve them. And again, that's like why coaching is so helpful. And, you know, I both give and receive coaching. And that's how I know that it works, because it works for me when I am receiving coaching, and also when I am coaching, it's also working. Because we're not really meant to do this journey on our own. Like, we are not on our own in truth in any way. Like, I mean, just look at the whole twin flame dynamic, there's that. But then there's also all of your brothers and sisters, and how, we all really do heal as one consciousness. And so you really get to accelerate your journey by choosing to fully claim it. So it's safe to also have gratitude and appreciation for the resources available to you, and to actually enjoy them, to not like try to say I'll do this later or something. Like, click on the book below and just read the book if you're not ready for the rest. It's like a very easy way to go to the next step. If you're ready for the next step, then book an introductory session. There's like, what is it that you have to lose by doing that? If you really ask yourself that question. I asked myself, that question when I first committed to Jeff and Shalia's work through their classes. And I just, stuck with it ever since, basically. And wow, like, I can't imagine it going any other way now. So yeah, it's just safe to commit to yourself and commit more deeply to that relationship with yourself. And know that it's very normal to receive coaching, and most people who are successful, they give that to themselves, because it's just like training for anything else. Like, if you want to be a good athlete, and also if you want to heal your inner child, then you go all the way. You give that part of yourself, whatever it is that you didn't receive growing up, right? And you want to fully support your inner child, because when you're fully supported, then you can really be that adult that you want to be. So give your inner child rainbows and unicorns, and roses and and the beautiful gown, or the beautiful cute tuxedo, or whatever it could be. And just fully give that energy of giving. And then from that energy again, whatever it is your next step, like, can actually be revealed to you. Like, oh, I choose to give to my inner child. Great. So just make the choice, and then see how it is that you're actually called, to give to that part of yourself, like, in all aspects of your reality. So yeah, that feels complete. So yeah, just focusing on connection, going deeper with commitment, and having that like childlike gratitude and appreciation, and healing, from that place. So that's going to conclude today's reading. I hope that you enjoyed it. I definitely did. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I can't believe Saturday's already. We're already like halfway into the weekend. And I will be doing a reading on the full moon in Aquarius in the next day or two as well. So definitely check that out when it comes out, and subscribe if you haven't yet. And again, click on those links below if you want more info about anything that I mentioned. So yeah, take care. Have a wonderful day or evening. Love you. Bye.